Welcome to Imagination Station. I'm so glad we have so many friends and families who have joined us for online VBS. Let's start off with one song.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
Every week, we'll be going over a Bible point, Bible story, and Bible verse. The Bible point for this week is Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Trust Jesus. The Bible story comes from Acts chapter 9, verses 1 through 19, and it's about how Ananias helped Saul.
Our Bible verse is, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength," from Philippians chapter 4, verse 13.
I love VBS, and what an adventure we have started on Rocky Railway VBS. I can't wait to see what incredible things we'll discover about Jesus' power this week. We're going to have so much fun together.
Hi everyone, my name is Eugene, and I'm here with Rosie, and we're going to help you discover amazing truths about Jesus' power. Now, who brought their imagination today? I was worried you might forget your imagination since it's only the first day of VBS. Let's try to fire up some of that imagination so we can get started.
Ready? Get your conductor's hat on. Come on, everyone, use your imagination. Ready? Let's put our conductor's hat on. Now, let's get the train engine and wheels moving. Are your wheels starting to roll? Slowly, slowly. Now faster, faster, and now pull your train whistle. Choo-choo! Chugga, 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 chugga. Choo choo! Wow, you guys have great imaginations.
I was worried you wouldn't be able to get your imaginations running, but thank you for making it work. We were talking to our friend Ramsey. I think you met our friend earlier this week, right? Well, Ramsey is a big horned sheep, and he told me that he and his friends love living in the Rocky Mountains. The mountains are so beautiful, and the scenery is so spectacular. But Ramsey said that sometimes it's kind of hard to live in the mountains, especially in the winter when it snows. That's when Ramsey's sure-footed feet come in handy. Ramsey's feet help him do hard things, like walk on slippery, snowy mountains. Let's see what that would be like if we had to walk on slippery and snowy roads.
Ouch! You know, even when it snows, Ramsey knows that Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Trust Jesus!
Let's do it one more time. I don't think I could hear you.
Trust Jesus!
There, that's better. Yell it out every time you hear the Bible point. Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Trust Jesus! I'm so glad your imaginations are up and running, because at Imagination Station, you'll get to be a part of fun activities and experiments that help us discover more about Jesus' power. We'll get to our first activity in a minute, but first, we have a question to ask you.
Every day at Imagination Station, you'll get to answer a fun talk starter question. You'll answer the question by putting a power bead in one of the containers, like these fireboxes right here. You know, steam trains get their power from either wood or coal. The wood or coal is tossed into the train's firebox. Then the water in the boiler gets hot enough to produce steam, which causes the pistons to move, which makes the wheels move.
So back to the talk starter question. To answer the question, you'll take one of the beads from your power band craft kit and toss it into one of the firebox containers. There's one for coal and there's one for wood. Are you ready? Here's our first talk starter question.
How long does it take a baby bighorn sheep to be able to walk and climb as well as its mother? Does it take 6 weeks or 1 day? If you think the answer is 6 weeks, you'll put a power bead in the firebox container on the left. But if you think the answer is 1 day, you'll put a power bead in the container on the right. Ready? Choose your answer. If you think a baby bighorn learns to walk and climb as well as its mother in 6 weeks, put your bead on the left. If you think it only takes 1 day, then put your bead in the container on the right. Go vote!
Have you guys all voted? Then drum roll, please. The answer is a baby bighorn can walk and climb as well as its mother within 1 day. Can you believe that? Many of us took much longer to be able to walk, as well as our mothers, right? Many take more than 1 year to be able to walk well like grown-ups.
All week long, you'll answer fun talk starter questions with the coal or wood beads like you just did. So put your fireboxes away, somewhere safe, so you don't lose the beads. Now, let's put away the extra power band supplies back into our VBS packet for next time. Because on the last day of VBS, we will use all the power beads to make a power band like this one. I used both coal and wood on my power band. And look, I added a crossbead to remind me of Jesus. Steam trains get their power from coal or wood, but we get our power from Jesus. I'm going to wear my power band every day to remind me of that. So don't lose your power beads and don't make it until our last day of VBS.
In a minute, we'll be making our first sciencey fun gizmo. It's called an off-rail roller, but I think it needs tracks to start on. Let's get on the right track by creating our own tracks. Go get your paper and crayon or marker supplies. Now, you can use 1 or 5 sheets of paper. It's up to you, but take your writing supply and draw your train tracks on your paper. It can be straight or curved. It's all up to your imagination. I think I'm going to draw straight train tracks. What about you, Rosie?
I'm going to draw curved tracks.
Remember, if you need help, you can always ask a parent or older brother or sister. When you're finished drawing your tracks, take your crayons or markers and draw some scenic landscape. Maybe some mountains or rivers or trees or buildings, and I'll give you some time to work on it with your family.
Throughout the VBS, take pictures of what you are doing, whether it is singing or worshiping or making gizmos in Imagination Station or snacks in Choo Choo Cafe. Take pictures and then send it to your church children's leader, and they will send it to us so that we can put it together in a slideshow. Are you happy with your train tracks?
Yeah, it looks good.
Me too. Good job, everyone.
Today, we're discovering that Jesus' power helps us to do hard things.
Trust Jesus.
You know, sometimes we all have to do hard things, and we may not understand why. We may not be able to control what's happening. Our lives seem to be going in all different directions. Let's see what that's like. So this is an off-rail roller, as I mentioned before. We have a spool in the middle, and then we have a winder, and the other end, which is our propeller, which will help the off-rail roller move forward. So now if you look in your kit, you will pull apart the black roller so you have 2 pieces. You will take your rubber band and your paper clip and thread the rubber band through the paper clip so that they are attached. Remember, if you need help, you can always ask your parents or an older brother or sister. Once your rubber band and paper clip are attached, you will take the paper clip and the spool with the bumpy end. And then you will thread the paper clip through the hole, as so. Make sure to hold on to both ends of the rubber band tightly so they don't come apart. Next, you will keep the rubber band in place by passing the longer straw through the rubber band like so. Once you're ready, the longer piece of straw should be in place. And then take the paper clip off, as you can see here.
Then you're going to attach the paper clip to the other side of the rubber band. Now you're going to use the paper clip to thread it through the other spool from the inside to the outside. And you're going to snap the spool like so.
It may be hard, but with practice, you can get it right.
Next, you're going to add the smaller tube, the propeller, and insert it through the rubber band like so. And once you're done, you can take the paper clip off. Now, you can twirl the longer yellow tube around and around and around to twist the rubber band that's inside the roller. The longer you twist, the longer it will roll. And now, you can lay the off-rail roller on the floor and on your tracks and watch it roll. Now you try. See if you can guess which way the off-rail roller will go. Then try to put the off-rail roller on your tracks and see if you can make it stay on track. Go play!
Before we say goodbye for today, let's go over our Bible memory verse. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. From Philippians chapter 4, verse 13.
And remember, just like Ananias, who helped Saul, even though it was really, really hard for him to help Saul, because Saul did many things against the early church and Christians, God helped Ananias to help Saul experience God's miracle and grace.
So remember, whenever you are faced with a hard decision or choice to make, Know that Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Trust Jesus.
If you have extra time, you can work on your student activity sheet. Elementary school kids, if you turn to day 1, you can see that you can make a choice of things that are hard to do. Whether you will do that, whether you can do it, or whether you will never do it. And you can indicate with a frowny face, neutral face, or a smiley face, and then read a story about Ananias and his hard times.
For preschoolers, you can turn to page 1 of your activity sheet and you can color in a picture, and you'll also learn how God works in unexpected ways.
See you next time in Imagination Station.
Bye!